So today's lesson is we need to solve equations with fractional coefficients, which means we're going to have a problem, such as this one here, where we have some fractions and we have variables in an equation that we need to solve. So this is x over 3, this is x over 5, this is 2, which is also 2 over 1. So we're going to figure out how to solve an equation that has fractions in it. And how we're going to do that is we're going to clear the fraction. We'll explain what that means, and then we can solve. So we want to get rid of the fraction. So what we have here, x over 3 plus x over 5 equals 2. I first want to notice what the least common denominator might be. So I have a 3 and a 5. 3 times 5 would be 15. So that is my least common denominator. And what I am going to do to clear the fraction is I'm going to multiply by that common denominator. So I'm going to multiply every term. So 15 times x over 3 plus 15 times x over 5 is equal to 15 times 2. So I'm multiplying everything by that 15. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 15 5 times, so this becomes 5x. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 into 15 3 times, plus 3x. 15 times 2 is 30. So now I just got rid of all my fractions. 5x plus 3x is 8x is equal to 30. Okay, and I can solve that. Let me move it up here. I can just divide both sides by 8, so x is equal to 30 divided by 8. And I can reduce that, so I want to reduce that. So let's divide everything by 2. I get 15 over 4. If I want to make it a mixed number, I can also say it's 3 and 3/4. Okay? So what I did here is I found the common denominator. I multiplied each term. Okay, x over 3 by 15, x over 5 by 15, and 2 over 15, so that I can get rid of the fractions. That's how we clear the fraction. So let's try another one. Here's a similar one, x over 3. Now this time I have x plus 2. I'm going to add parentheses in there to remind myself that that sticks together. And I have the denominator 5 and 3, so again my least common denominator will be 15. So in order to clear the fraction, I'm going to multiply everything by 15. So 15 times x over 3 minus 15 parentheses x plus 2 over 5 is equal to 15 times 2. And again, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 into 15 5 times. This becomes 5x. Here I can cancel and get 3. Minus 3, I have a parenthesis though, x plus 2 is equal to now 30. So I can distribute. I have 5x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 30. I'm distributing the negative 3 there because I'm subtracting that whole fraction. And let me move it up here so we have a little bit more room. And so 5x minus 3x is 2x minus 6 is 30. Add 6 to both sides. 2x is 36. And x would be 18. Okay, so again, I cleared the fraction. That way I got rid of the fraction, and how I clear it is multiplying it by the least common denominator. So let's try another one. 2n plus n over 3 is equal to n over 4 plus 5. So my previous equation had 3 terms. This one has 4 terms. We're still going to do it the same way. I look at my fractions, find my common denominator, 3 and 4. The common denominator would be 12. So I'm going to multiply each term, every term, by 12. So this becomes 12 times 2n plus 12 times n over 3 is equal to 12 times n over 4 plus 12 times 5. So I'm going to multiply all these out. 12 times 2n is 24n. Here I can cancel, so this becomes 4n is equal to, I can cancel this and get 3n on this side. and 12 times 5 is 60. So now I'm going to add up my like terms. 24 and 4 is 28n is equal to 3n plus 60, subtract 3n, and I get 25n is equal to 60. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 25. So n is 60 over 25. And if I reduce that, I can divide everything by 5. I get 12 over 5. Okay? So again, remember to clear the fraction, multiply everything by that least common denominator, every term by that, and then just solve. So let's try another one. So here I have the fractions outside the parenthesis. So I'm just going to look at the fraction. I'm not going to distribute that just yet. Let's see if I can get rid of those fractions. So I have 1/2 and 2/3 multiplied by different expressions there. So my fractions 1/2 and 2/3, the least common denominator would be 6. So I'm going to multiply everything by 6. So 6 times 1/2, 6 times 2/3, and 6 times 3. 6 times 1/2 would be 3, and then I'd have x plus 4. 6 times 2/3 would be 4, and that would be times x minus 1, and 3 times 6 is 18. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work through and distribute at this point. So 3x plus 12 minus 4x, minus 4 times minus 1 is a plus 4, is equal to 18. Now I can add up my like terms. 3x minus 4x is a negative x. 12 and 4 is a 16, positive 16, and that equals 18. I'm going to subtract 16 on both sides, and I get negative x is equal to 2. And I don't want negative x, I want x, so I'll divide everything by negative 1. So x equals negative 2. And now I've cleared my fraction and solved. So what you're going to do, whenever there is a fraction as part of your equation, you are going to clear that fraction by multiplying every term by that least common denominator. And that will clear the fraction and make it a lot easier to solve. Okay? Great.